Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, YouTube family. This is Minister Isaac Wilson Jr. Coming at you again with a topic a lot of women are just curious to know or would like to know or maybe need to get some clarity on. And it's something that a lot of men don't really like to talk about these days. But one of the biggest problems and issues that couples and marriages and all are faced with. And one of the questions that and what's on my mind, been on my heart is, well, for women who want to know, why is it that men cheat? Why is it that men cheat? And some women may say, you know, I cook, I clean, I do everything. I put on my sexiest lingerie and keep myself up. Make sure he has this, he has that. But yet and still, the man, my husband or my significant other cheats on me. And I just can't understand why. Well, I try to answer to the best of my ability next few minutes reasons as to why men may cheat. It may not be 100% true, or may not, I'm not going to say 100% true, but it may not be every man's reason, but for the most part, it would be the majority of men's reasons as to why they may cheat on their wives or significant other. Also, if you have any other questions that you would like to ask or answer or bring forth to you all, you can mail me. I'm old school with the mailbox. It's P.O. Box 311072 in Capitol Heights, Maryland. Zip code is 20731. Feel free to send me any letter, any concerns, or any kind of input that you would like to, or like for me to address or bring forth to you guys. You can send it to me by mail at that address. I'm working on establishing an email, so I will bring an email to you as well soon, so you all can email me, which would be a quicker process also. So why do men cheat? Okay, I'll start with this and saying this. I believe that one of the reasons why men cheat is some men are just greedy. They could have a pretty wife or a pretty woman, nice shape and everything, great. It's just great for them in every way. But some men are just so greedy to the fact that they still gonna cheat. That's just greed. That dynamic nature that that people have. They is sin, the sinful nature. In people. And then, this topic could go both ways. But most of the time, you're going to have more times than none. It's usually the men that's doing a lot of the cheating in the relationship. I ain't going to say it all the time, but most of the time. And one of the things, like I was saying, is greed. Some men are greedy. They just, some people, they just have a full plate of the best, but they still want more. Just like you see, you already got a 2018 Benz, but you may still be looking at another vehicle that's like a Jaguar, 2018 Jaguar. But people say, "Oh, you got the 2018 Mercedes Benz, and you still looking at the 2018 Jaguar." It's just our desires. Sometimes some people are never going to be content, regardless of how much they have. Some people are just not content. And then some men, like I said, are not just content with what they have. It's greed. Selfishness and greed. They want all and get all what they can. They're going to can all they could get. That's just how it is with some men. And the second thing I would say, one of the reasons why men cheat, I would say just dumb decisions. Some men just make silly, ignorant, and foolish decisions. Just some men may say, oh, I just got bored and, decide, let me just go ahead and try this out. That's not being smart. That's not using your head. That's not using common sense. And then sometimes, some men make wrong decisions. I would say that as to, a lot of times when a man is unfaithful in a relationship, and, sometimes when, the woman finds out, she gets all upset and really angry about it and everything. But some men, they really wasn't really into the woman. They just wanted to, just did it because out of just to be doing it, but really say that they were in love with that woman or that particular person, most of the time but they just do it just out of greed and, like I said, just making wrong and silly decisions at the wrong times. And but sometimes as you grow and you mature through those situations, circumstances, you learn something and you realize that ultimately when you make those wrong decisions and hurtful decisions, it not only hurts you, but it hurts your significant other, your family, and the children. You hurt your children because along with those unfaithfulness and you cheating on your wife or whoever, it causes a breakup. And if you already have children involved, it's going to cause a separation in their family. So wrong decisions, we just need to, as men, be careful in the decisions that we make. We can't make decisions, a lot of times make emotional decisions, that will have devastation and consequences later on down the line. Because again, the kids are watching. And like I said, they say karma, what goes around comes around. Treat others like as if you will have them to be treated. You want to treat a person the way you want to be treated. And messing around with somebody else's wife. If you don't want anybody messing with your wife, you shouldn't be messing with nobody else's wife, because it'll come back around to you. You may be just as worse. You may be just as hurt by the situation as you have hurt your wife, or vice versa. Or wives, don't be messing, or some of you all women, don't be messing around with other people's husbands, because karma. Those things what goes around gonna come around. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you don't want nobody treating you bad or running around behind your back, don't do the same thing to them. And it's all about life lessons and all the proper decision making. And then the third reason why some men cheat, some men follow behind their friends. They want to be a part of the crew, and they want to be in order to be a part of the crew. Sometimes you feel as though you got to get along. You feel as though you got to go along to get along, and that's part of doing the things that that your friends or your boys doing, which is not always maybe in the best interest. A guy, he's, messing around or unfaithful to his wife, and you hanging around individuals like that, sometimes they could be an influence to you, because sometimes some people may not be happy in their relationships, and because they unhappy in their relationships, and everything good and going good in your relationship with your significant other, they may try to influence you like, hey, man, come on, hey, talk to her right there. That's a fine little honey right there. Go ahead, talk to her, man. It ain't gonna hurt to say nothing, you know what I'm saying, to her, or have a little friend that's not on the side or other. And next thing you know, it snowballed and gotten real bad for you all. And you know, sometimes some people don't like to see you. Misery enjoys company. Misery enjoys company. So you guys that's trying to do the right thing and trying to stay faithful to your wives or whatever, that's what you got to do. You know, if you want to keep a healthy marriage or relationship, don't follow behind your friends and everything. Because like I said, misery enjoys company. And some people know that you are happy in your relationship, and some people don't like to see you happy. People get jealous of your relationships that you have with your significant other. And some people, even when you let somebody know, look, I'm ready to get married, they be like, oh man, you taking your player card off the shelf now. We can't hang out no more now. That's gonna ruin our friendship now. Well, why should it? You know, if you was my friend before me being engaged or getting married now, that shouldn't ruin it all because you still single. So listen, again, don't be careful with the company that you keep is all I would say. So falling behind your friends, or so-called friends anyway, is why some men cheat. And number 4, family curses that are not contained. I'm talking about family curses. You may come from a family of players. You know, some of you all may have great-grandfather who was a player, who'd have had about 6 or 30 kids, you know, and everything else, or you have a grandfather. So you talking about generation of womanizers that, you know, you may have in your family, and just not, you know, being able to recognize and know. That's why it's important to talk to and get to know the patriarchs in your family, because their behaviors and everything else, it can be passed down. And if you're not unaware of that, you don't know what type of different forces that you're up against. And you might just think that's just the way I am. Not knowing or realizing that, you know, hey, you battling with a generational curse here that's on your family that you need to deal with or address or to contain or suppress. Okay, so those family curses of being a womanizer, it will be one of the reasons, another reason as to why some men cheat, you know, because you might have a whole family of men who was once married, but they divorced. All why? Because what? They want to have 1,000 or one woman after another. One woman after another. And on to the next. And got all different kind of families here, families there, families everywhere. It's unbelievable. You know, back in those days, you know, a lot of women, they put up with a whole lot, you know, because, you know, the man was the breadwinner back in those days. And it's a different day now, where the women, they feel as though they don't have to tolerate all of that. If you want to continue to have all these kids out of wedlock, they be like, okay, bye-bye, see you later. You can keep on having your kids. I ain't got to put up with this. Okay? So, number 5, you may have a disrespectful mate. I mean, you may have some women who are bitter or unhappy or just mean-spirited, you know, woman. Excuse me. And who talk to you, curse you out, and talk to you any kind of way, and just outright disrespectful mate. And you be like, well, why are you talking to me like that? You don't have to talk or raise your voice at me like you talking to your child or the kids. And, you know, so that suppresses the passion and the intimacy of your relationship when you have somebody that's disrespectful, mean-spirited, and angry, uptight, and always fussing and complaining all the time. It pushes you away. It brings a great distance in the relationship and in your marriage. But it's also, you know, you need to find out from the woman, what is it that's causing her to be that way? You know, communication is another problem that a lot of men have with communicating or failure to communicate with your significant other would avoid a whole lot of you all cheating, because a lot of you all don't talk or be straight up with your woman. You all, a lot of time we feel as though we don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but in the long run, somebody's feelings gonna be hurt even more if you don't know how to communicate with your significant other and explain to them certain behaviors, certain actions that you're unsatisfied with. There's nothing wrong with letting people know that there's certain actions or attitudes that you feel as though is inappropriate or just disrespectful to you. Because some people's, because we come from so many different upbringings and different backgrounds, some things that you may look upon as being disrespectful, she may look at it as norm, because she may be used to her mom or grandmom talking or any kind of way to her dad or granddad. So she heard that in a household, so she considered it as normal with her mother beating up or trying to fight her dad or being disrespectful towards her father. So she may feel as though that's a normal thing for a woman to do to her husband or significant other. Number 6, unsupportive. I think behind every strong black man is a strong black woman. And women, you have got to be or learn how to be supportive. Some women don't support their men. I'm talking about, as men, we need emotional support, not only financial support. There's many different kinds of support, but you have to, some men, they may be concerned, well, you got to help me out with the bills. I can't be paying all these bills by myself. And this and that and the third, I need some help around here. And some men, they get mad about that, and they feel, okay, well, what you want to do, I get somebody else that will help me, But that shouldn't be, okay? That shouldn't be. So women, you have to learn how to be supportive to your significant other and find out what his needs are. Every man has different needs. It's your job as a woman. You need to find out what his needs are and be able to cater to his needs to support him. Okay? Then number 7. Women, failure to keep yourselves up. Keep yourselves up. You used to get your hair done back in, when y'all first met. You used to brush your teeth, when you knew he was coming over and everything else. Now, you ain't brushing your teeth no more. You ain't combing your hair. You ain't taking no baths or nothing. You just walking around and, hey, I got him now. He gonna take me as I am, or either, he could. I'm gonna take half his money. He know if he leave me, I'm gonna get half his money. So I got him now. He could leave if he think he gonna leave. He got another thing coming. And so, but women, you have got to realize that you have got to keep yourselves up. The same thing that you got him, or that intrigued him or enticed him or attracted him to you, you have to continue to keep yourself up, because that's how he met you. Now, quite naturally, I know that you may have had some kids or whatever by him throughout the years, and you may put on a little bit of weight. But try to do little things to change that, to get back to your normal, or try to get back or slim yourself down, to take care of yourself. Don't just let yourself go. Some women have let themselves go and have been in a depressed state and haven't realized, they have let themselves go. But women, you can do it. If you love this man and you want to continue to be in a relationship with this man, you have got to try to do things to continue to keep yourselves up. And also, a lot of men cheat because their relationship with God may not be where it should be. And, when this happens, a lot of men get caught up in a whole lot of other lifestyles that distracts them, because if you can have a love for God and love for things, be obedient to God and his commandments and his word, what he commands us to do, and far as him, he's saying love husbands, love your wives as Christ has loved the church. I've been married before. I'm divorced now. But, you know, we have a lot of dynamics these days in time with families. They have a lot of women with children. And so that was something that when I got married, I really didn't understand at that time. Marrying somebody who already has children. So I'm going to talk about this and maybe other subjects soon to come. And we're going to address some other things. Talked to you enough for right now. I hope you enjoyed this discussion on why men cheat. And I look forward to talking to you another time later on. Have a blessed day. Take care.